starting is 2nd of December. So it's January, December, 2nd of December. Then we're looking at another event back in January as well. But the main event, the first one coming up, is in December. If you are currently in a situation where financially you're looking to do things with your business or with wealth and those things, there will be a slot on that, but that's not the main for us. During the course of the year, there'll be some one-day events on that as well. I'm going to pop the website up for anybody that's interested in going to have a look at it. James, some of you know James from the past. If you know, obviously he originally sort of founded the Bristol Yes Group. You've worked closely with us for now, what, about 5 or 6 months? Yeah. We're getting more and more people, aren't we, coming to us and asking to help. So we're really sort of open to any of you at the moment. It's www. and then it's the secret combination, all one word, combination, I'll do it .com. So it's secretcombination.com. Go and have a look. James has set up a great events registration page there. Feel free, if you want an email that James has created with myself, we can send that out if you want that. And so I've got some friends that might be interested in sending out. We've even got companies now, we've got already 2 companies that are sending their staff, 2 human relations officers are sending their staff down to the event because they're saying, well, rather than us pay to have people go on courses, we're actually sending them down and they're going to contribute the money to the foundation, which is awesome. What a great way to do it. And I think it's something that we hadn't really thought about up till now, but we're finding more and more people saying, could we send our staff down as well? So we're coming from a very different place. We're keeping everything as low cost as we can, so we want to reach the people that John's trying to reach now. They're probably not even emotionally ready to come to our event, but maybe in 6 months, a year, when people like you and us in this room have helped them, and they're back on their feet a bit, maybe we've helped them a bit with their finances, then they're ready to come up to that next level. There is a massive, and I can tell you this from experience now, and I've been very privileged to teach a lot of people, there is a massive, massive gap between even where Tony is and the average person out there getting onto that foothold. And we need to create that platform. And our hope is that this will be that platform. And I think, as we go forward, who's heard of Brandon Bay's The Journey? Okay, well, we're talking to some people who are, she's very aware of what's going on, so there's things starting to happen. And I think it's the whole law of attraction. When you come from the right place and people and energy's going in the right direction, you attract the right things to you. And for us, it's not about any individual. I mean, although I'm standing up here, I'm just representing what we're trying to do on the bigger picture. It's about the people like you that can help do that. So I'm putting out a message to all of you. Will you support us? Yes or no? Yes. Louder, will you support us? Yes. So my goal is to see if you can make it there on the 2nd, please be there. And if you've got a family member or anybody else, it's in London. Thank you for that. It's at the Ibis Hotel opposite Earl's Court. It's where Tony's running our Wealth Mastery in a couple of weeks. We've got at least 2 of Tony's top trainers working very closely with us. One of them has actually volunteered at time to be the events manager. We've got Tony Soundman, who's actually going to be doing some stuff. So those of you that are familiar with Robbins will know a lot of the people. We've got some of the top coaches coming in to support the event, the crew as well. So it's going to be an awesome day, absolutely amazing. But that's just the start. And if you feel you've got something to contribute, either speak to me, you can get hold of James. What's the best email address to get involved with?
James at secretcombination.com.
Yeah. That would be fantastic. And on that note, is there anybody interested? I'm just going to get a little nugget here. Is anybody interested at this moment in buying the property? I'm not promoting myself. Okay, do go to your local borough. Write this down. Go to your local borough. One of the biggest gifts I was ever given. I think you're aware of this, but most councils actually have an 8 to 10 year plan, and they will literally tell you where they're putting money. And we've made an awful lot of money, and we've also given a lot of money back through doing this by buying into areas where there's an uplift. And I'm sure Dave's going to talk briefly about this, but Bristol have one, they've got them in Scotland, all over the country. They're called UDPs, Unitary Development Plans. UDPs. This was one of the biggest heads up for me when I started buying into property. We were buying stuff up in Lancashire, where's my Lancashire lady? Up in the north, where we knew that the government were doing what they call facelifts. They were putting £10,000 to £15,000 into the fronts of all these houses. So literally they would do what they called it the roof, the face, and the front garden. And we knew that money was going in at a certain time. So we would go ahead of that programme, it might not be for another couple of years. Unitary Development Plan, and you go to the planning officer, they're free. If you sit and read them. If you take them out, they're going to charge you. You can actually go on to any, Bristol will have one, www.bristol .gov.uk or oxford.gov.uk or glasgow.gov.uk. There's an awful lot of information on there. It's free. Most people go to seminars, they pay a lot of money for this stuff. I've had people come to events that I've run for other companies and pay an awful lot of money for this information. And I want to give it to you now because it's absolutely gold-mine stuff. Go into the planning office, chat to somebody there and just say, where's most of the money going over the next 6 months, 12 months? If you get ahead of the game, guess what happens to the market? It lives. And the regeneration, so ask for regeneration. There'll be a plan like this, and it'll have shaded areas. These are the regeneration areas. This is the area that's going to lift. If you can buy ahead of the market, you're going to outstrip probably 50 or 60% of the novice investors out there who don't know about this stuff. You can buy them for anywhere up from about 40 or 50 quid and take them away with you. There's a written plan, and there's what's called the map as well. So I think it's called the development map. So the UDP is the written plan, and there's a map associated with it. Great starting point for any property investors wanting to research the market, because it gets you straight in. Now, if you do that coupled with a website called homecheck.co.uk, homecheck.co.uk, on there, that's what most, just so you know, that's what most solicitors use to do research on your house. They will pay for it. It's a free version, homecheck.co.uk. You couple that with UDP, loads of information, lots of good research there as well. So there's a little bit extra to throw in there, hopefully, because a few of you at the break and notice I'm talking to people who are looking at property. So there's a great heads up. Go start doing that. Don't set foot into an area until you've done that research. I'm definitely going to talk about it in a moment. Does that help a little bit?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Well, I'm going to, because I can go on all night. I'm conscious of this time. We've got things coming up. So another final request. A call to arms on the secret combination. Keep an eye out for us. The Telegraph are doing an article on this coming up soon. BBC are showing an interest, which is fantastic. So I think because we're coming from the right, just so everybody knows this, the press when they interviewed us said, you know what, seminar companies, not really interested because we know there's lots out there. But there's nobody out there really doing this, and that's why they're taking an interest, because the whole idea is to give back. And one of the things, and I'll make a promise to you now, John, is that we will contribute and we will fund a lot of what you're doing at Christmas. So that's my honour to you. We'll come and we'll work with you, whatever you need us to do. If you need to get dirty, we'll get on the street and do whatever we need to do, but we'll put money there as well. Okay, I'm going to hand you back to your fantastic host. Thank you.
Now, this is a time that you can ask a few questions. We've got a few more minutes just before we go into the next section. So, is anybody here have any questions? I've certainly got a question.
Sure.
Up in December, what else can we do as say a Bristol contingent for you to help that day run a lot better, smoother? Is there any way that people can accrue it, or can they do anything else?
Well, that's a good point, actually. If you're interested, email James. We have an event manager. So that's an excellent question. There are things that will be going on during the course of the day where expertise will be very, very useful. Because during the course of the day, there's going to be a whole stand there with explanations about what's happening next year with some of our events. Plus, there's going to be the charity desk. But I need to talk to the events manager, and she's just got back from break over in Canada. So I'll have a chat with her. Maybe she can liaise with yourself and James, and then we'll let you know on that. That'd be fantastic. I think the main thing for us is really awareness. If you can just go out and be champions of what we're doing, go to the site. It's like everything. When I talk to people about investing and I want to speak to a mortgage broker, I say, go see the broker. You've seen, obviously, myself, you know James, go and look at the site. We made a decision to make the website about being content. So even on the site, there's enough there for a lot of people to just grow. There's coaching sessions on there. It's very content driven. It's not something you just go and visit quickly. You go back and it's almost like reading an ebook, actually. So I think go and visit the site. Make sure you're comfortable with where we're coming from. And if you believe in what we're doing and the cause, and you want to give back, ultimately, that's what it's all about, just go out and champion what we're doing. That'll be the biggest thing. Get as many people in that room. We can accommodate 1,200 people, and that's the goal. So if you can keep that number in your head, and you just go out, and if you just like 5 to 10 people that you can get along to that event, get them there. It'll be a fantastic day. And all I can say to you is thank you from the bottom of my heart if you go out and do that.
Any more questions? Anybody got any questions they want?
It's not a question, it's a comment. I've got a business associate that's got a minibus company, so if it was a question of taking people up en masse cheaply, then
okay, fantastic. Great
I
idea.
can recommend highly.
Awesome. That would be superb. Well, if we can chat with you about that.
Fantastic. So please give it up for our new friend.